Do you see that? The lawn, right there, neutral looking suburban grass. There's a rabbit operating in this area, but I don't think it's normal. I think it's planning something. So, I'm Daniel Mercer, and I've begun documentation on what I believe is a highly strategic rabbit presence in this apartment complex. And before you ask, no, I don't mean cute rabbit. I mean tactically aware rabbit. It knows I know. I saw it yesterday. Or, at least I think I did. It was about this big, which is consistent with most public rabbit records. It may have already moved. All right, I'm going to test response behavior. It saw that. It did not react because it is trained not to. Day 2. No visual confirmation. That is consistent with avoidance behavior. Notice how the grass is slightly flattened here. That is not wind. That is movement compression from a low-profile animal, or a very small strategic entity. I want to be very clear. This isn't a rabbit that is living in the area. It's a rabbit that is using the area as a system. And I believe I may now be part of that system. I believe I caught movement earlier. There, right there. That pause in the grass physics. That's decision making. It becomes more visible at night. You can't see it because it's not optimizing for visibility. It's optimizing for uncertainty. I may have already been observed. I left the door open for approximately 3 seconds yesterday. That's more than enough time. I don't want to overstate this, but I believe I may be tracked. Today I will attempt direct visual confirmation without making eye contact first. If it acknowledges me, I abort. That's actually worse. I think people misunderstand rabbits. They assume innocence. But sometimes, innocence is camouflage. And I've never once seen it eat. I occasionally watch nature documentaries on rabbits, regardless of what investigation I'm currently involved in. They help me understand their mysterious nature even more. It's becoming a problem. This is where future evidence will go. This is all I currently have. I tried to ignore today. I ate. I read. I watched rabbit documentaries. But I could feel it doing the same thing somewhere else. I am leaving the area. There is too little I understand about rabbits, and too great a danger they may potentially impose. Wait, did you see that? I am afraid it may be a stick bug. I believe I am no longer inside my original apartment. I'm inside a structurally identical but independently generated unit. This chair has shifted. Not physically, but contextually. It's occupying a different version of its intended position. This chair is not from this apartment instance. It confirms nothing physically, but it is energetically misaligned. The mug placement has changed. This is not my original mug state. There is a 12% increase in wear pattern variance. If I entered Unit A and transitioned into Unit B, then overlap is likely partial. In this image of my apartment, lighting is consistent. In this moment, lighting is also consistent. That suggests a synchronized duplication event. Apartment integrity is stable. No anomalies detected. This entry was written under assumed stability bias conditions. I have confirmed the existence of a stable duplicate environment. It is maintaining convincing behavioral consistency. I will continue monitoring for divergence. This was not part of yesterday's recorded environment. Investigation notes. This appears to be systemized documentation. All unexplained sounds should be documented as potential external systems. That is consistent with prior methodology. It may indicate formalized protocol development. If perception and memory conflict, prioritize environmental interference. This suggests I previously accounted for cognitive interference factors. This section corresponds to auditory misclassification events. This appears to be classification hierarchy. Check smoke detector. This is not an instruction. It is a recurring directive. And this is a directive fragment. And this is an observation trigger. And these are all environmental feedback entries. Ah, the last section. Continue documenting irregularities as they appear. This confirms continuity of structured investigation methodology. This manual is not predictive. It is a consolidation of observed behavioral response patterns. In simpler terms, it is a working system. The system remains stable. I will continue operating within it. That's the third occurrence this month. No obvious explanation. I may have to formalize this. Current evidence suggests targeted asymmetrical removal. This pair was separated with precision. The disappearances are occurring non-randomly. Most losses occur between laundering and drawer reintegration. That indicates either transitional interference or organized extraction. Socks may be entering inaccessible dimensional folds during dryer rotation. An individual may be selectively removing only one pair from each unit. Or the socks themselves may not recognize pair bond continuity after laundering. That remains theoretical. This one may have migrated categories. I am initiating passive textile surveillance. I found an unaccounted for unit behind the bed frame. This does not fully explain the broader pattern. There are now more classifications than socks. That typically indicates hidden complexity. At this stage, I cannot determine deliberate textile extraction activity. However, I also cannot rule it out. I will continue monitoring pair integrity moving forward, right after this. System integrity is consistent. Initiating normal check. Everything looks typical. That might be atypical. That pen feels off. Not different, just not where I expect it to feel right. If something feels off, check if it repeats. So repetition matters. If this isn't random, then it must connect to something. These might all be linked, or not, but I should keep them in mind. If everything appears normal, assume you are missing something. That doesn't really help. If you are missing something, look again. So I either check or I check more. This is circular. So it is either useful or I'm just not seeing how it is useful. But it keeps telling me to check anyway. Okay. Nothing is wrong. But nothing being wrong is also suspicious. Which means I should check. But there's nothing to check. I don't know how to categorize this thought. That usually means I'm missing the pattern. If nothing is changing, then maybe nothing is happening. If things look stable, that might be part of the system. So stability is also information. I'll keep watching it. It doesn't change much. But it doesn't need to.